Alrighty. It's time. Let's get ready to rumble. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is the AfroMattt Show, episode 113. That's 113 hours plus of the AfroMattt Show for you to enjoy. Go back, dig in there. You'll find something that will make you upset. Today we are drinking Cayman Jack margaritas. We don't usually drink on the podcast, but this is my second one. Here's an empty glass. And we're about to start a second one. So let's get into it. These are really good, and they go down really easy. Kind of a girl drink, though. They taste just like Mike's Hard Lemonade or whatever. And it's not really a drink. It's sort of like it's a girl soda. But let's see. Let's get into it. I actually wanted to start this podcast off not on a funny note. I wanted to start off saying apologize. Well, okay, no. This is I might have to restart the episode. Okay, so I'm not apologizing. I'm saying there was a school shooting somewhere. There was a shooting somewhere. And it happened today. And since we do cover the news, I wanted to at least mention it. It was a shooting. Apparently, it's not out yet, but apparently it was a trans person, so like female to male. So feels like, you know, it feels like men do a lot of the shootings. I'm not gonna lie. There hasn't been a woman school shooter ever, probably. So, maybe girls have a point when they say kill all men. But I don't know if there's anyone dead. It literally happened while I was at work today. I saw it in the news, in the break room, and so there's not even a lot of information on it. Some person named Audrey something is like the prime suspect right now. So heart goes out to the families who lost anyone, if anyone was lost. I don't really know much. The story's still unfolding, so time will tell. And yeah, it's always sad when a shooting happens. I saw it, and then I kind of checked Twitter, and there's always that one guy who's like, this guy on Twitter, he tweeted, he's like, you guys have to stop. He's like, stop yelling. You don't blame the pencil for writing, I don't know what he even said, but you don't blame the pencil for writing a racial slur, do you? No, you blame the person who wrote the racial slur. But, that's always the argument. It's like, a gun, does a gun in the woods when no one's around make a noise? Does it shoot up a school? But that's the whole argument. It's I think, therefore I am. I live, therefore I shoot. That's sort of the philosophy there. Descartes, whatever. I think he's the guy who said that. Descartes is the original pro-gun school shooter advocate. So, keeping up with the OGs philosophers there. Yeah, man, there are some brain dead takes out there. But then there are some equally brain dead takes. Like, let me see if I can't pull up Twitter on my phone here. Anytime I open Twitter, I feel like I lose 15 brain cells. So, stick with me if I can't talk. So I speak correctly. Let's see. Trending. Let's see if it's on trending. Uvalde is trending. That's not where this happened, but let's see. Someone retweeted it that I know. It's always the person. Oh, here it is. This person said, if white people don't care about white kids getting slaughtered weekly at school, how can you expect them to care about black and brown folks? So, that's like a brain dead take. And then, of course, there was the other take. This guy said, you don't blame the pencil for writing the N-word. It's what it is. So, really, I'm here to add nothing to the conversation. I'm here to bring it up and glide past it. So, gliding past it, let's get into the news here. Nope, that's I almost always do that. The news. The news coming in from the news. We have France update. We have an update on France. So France has been a little bit wild recently. So here's the chaos happening in France, and I'll just play this as it is. So it's almost a full-on fight. What I like about France is there are people there who don't care about any of the whatever's happening. So people will literally be eating a baguette, sitting at like a coffee shop, and then there'll be a firefight and bottles being. It looks like a scene from the Joker movie, and then they're sitting in front of it just eating a croissant. Which I can respect, because there's a time for fighting and then there's a time for relaxation. And France it's still the city of love, so I mean, imagine the people who are honeymooning in Paris, and then it's like turns into a freaking, they're shooting the Joker there. People are flipping cars. Like there's a literal, so on the screen now you see a car on fire and several smoke grenades, these look like, or maybe tear gas. So possible war crimes. This is mustard gas. People are throwing nades and cars on fire, trash, garbage thrown about. And just remember, this is all over 2 years. So the parliament or whatever moved forward, extended when they can retire their pension or whatever from 62 to 64. So they have to work for 2 extra years because people aren't having kids. And this is the repercussion. Meanwhile, in America, quote unquote, the land of the free, I think our pension doesn't even start till 67 or something like that. Something crazy. Like whatever's happening in France would be good news for America. The crazy thing is they are fighting over something that would be good news. We should be fighting for 64. Here we go. We got some lots and lots of. So that car is on fire. It looks like the wheels are melted. Lots of paint and things being thrown. So they have faced off against the police. Who knew the French had it in them? Actually, I guess they've been known for their... Jesus Christ, dude. I mean, this looks kind of fun, though. Holy shit. Are those fireworks? Oh yeah, I forgot they don't have guns there, so they have to shoot fireworks instead. So yeah, probably keep an eye on that whole situation. You know what? They need to bust out the guillotine again. Really get some heads turning. Literally. You want to raise attention to the amount of rage that you hold. You don't need to do any peaceful walks. You don't need to have a Martin Luther King speech. You need to raise the guillotine, forcefully remove people from their homes, and okay, this is somehow all these podcasts slowly turn into a call for violence. This is a joke. We are not calling for violence on this show. This is a family broadcast. This is for educational purposes only, and it's satire. I don't know what to say. We're just gonna take another drink and move along. That's a pretty good margarita, though. Let's see. So yeah, I mean, France is in a bad spot right now. I don't even know if I'm allowed to show footage because it's like depictions of violence. I don't know. It literally looks like a scene from the Joker movie, which I heard that they're filming another one, and Lady Gaga is playing Harley Quinn. I'm excited for that movie. There's always I remember when they filmed the first Joker, like the first Joker movie with what's his name? What is that guy's name? Not Heath Ledger, the newest one, Joaquin Phoenix, that guy. Like on the news, they're like, you are going to get shot up at one of these things. It was like they were guaranteeing you being shot up at a Joker film. They were like betting on it. They're like, how many people do you think are going to shoot up the Joker film on opening release? They were taking, over under prop bets. Yeah, I remember the weeks leading up to it. I was in the theater. I'm like, you see someone come in dressed as the Joker, and you're like just holding your breath. All because of it. All because it happened one time. Like one dude dressed as the Joker ruins it for the rest of us, right? But I like that Joker movie. He's just like smoking a cigarette. You wouldn't get it. That's the thing. It's like the whole movie's like, apparently at the end he like kills his therapist, and he's like telling her a joke, and she's like, what are you laughing about? You wouldn't get it. He's like, he's really dark and brooding, and he shoots the head off of what's that guy's name? Let me see if I can find this scene. You wouldn't get it. Here we go. This one. Soundtrack was pretty badass too. Did this movie get any Oscars or anything? He's just dying laughing at this joke. While smoking. His therapist. His therapist is just looking at her. Looking at him.
What's so funny? Just thinking of a joke.
I was just thinking of a joke.
Do you want to tell it to me?
What if he just said like a stupid... You wouldn't get it. That's life. That movie really was a masterpiece, even though it was for like edgy white people exclusively. Maybe that's why I enjoyed it. You get what you fucking deserve, and then he shoots that person. We need a we need a deranged man. France needs a deranged man to just wear Joker makeup and just start doing Joker stuff. Just go around and be Joker. Cause a ruckus. Ruckus? Ooh, okay, a little bit of an update. This is interesting. So last week we covered SVB Bank and then Signature Bank sucking big dicks. And Now we have J.P. Morgan Chase making an odd investment in stones. Let's see. Experts at J.P. Morgan Chase wound up with a booby prize when they were trying to add nickel bags to the conglomerate's portfolio. Not that kind of nickel bag, but literally bags of the element nickel. So they were investing in nickels because it's used in electric and steel. It's used for steel alloys and electric vehicle batteries. There was only supposed to be 54 metric tons of it, and it's considered maybe $1.3 million in today's prices. Instead, those bags were filled with rocks. Yes, rocks worth much, much, much less. The sale actually happened. So these people got scammed so hard. JP Morgan Chase got... So, like, I don't know, there was a movie I watched where this guy would... This kid, he would scam people by selling them beats, but he would take the beat headphones out and then put rocks in it and then saran wrap it back up and put it underneath one of those hand warmer, like the hand dryers in a public restroom, and shrink wrap it and then sell them a box of rocks. So that's essentially what happened to JP Morgan Chase when they tried to invest in nickel, and they got shipped just stones instead of nickel. And I respect a good grift. I respect a good scam. Like, if you can scam, like, imagine the guy who has the balls to scam JP Morgan Chase. Like, one of the biggest banking conglomerates of all time, and you're sending them rocks instead of their metal. Dude, talk about stones. My man's got some stones to pull that off. That's like the heist of a lifetime. To JP Morgan Chase. That guy's definitely on some sort of like torture. They've already found his family. And I'm using the proverbial they. I'm not saying that JP Morgan Chase are, any sort of... I want to make sure that's very clear before we move along here. JP Morgan Chase, when I use they, I mean JP Morgan Chase, right? It's not some sort of dog whistle, because I don't want this to be misconstrued as some sort of right-wing extremist podcast when this is inevitably entered into evidence or whatever for my eventual suicide. Hello? Okay. My headphones have been going in and out recently, so yeah, so they got scammed pretty good. I respect a good scam. I'm surprised I didn't hear much about this, but I mean, imagine how dumb you feel. Like, JP Morgan Chase, you had one job. I guess you had two jobs. One, don't foreclose, or don't become insolvent and sell all your assets in order to not go under, because that's your first job. Don't get seized by the government. Your second job is don't spend people's money buying rocks. That guy's like freaking Hank from the Breaking Bad show. He's just collecting stones. There's some guy at JP Morgan Chase. He's like, this is a great investment. Look at this. This is a 4-carat emerald. Now you see the coloring on the shale. The shale is layered, and it's in between each layer is limestone. This is a very rare mineral. It's shale limestone mineral right now. So this, I mean, we're talking $10 each, and we've got a truckload of $1 million worth of this shale right now. What if I told you I could get you, what's another stone? I don't know any. I used to know rocks, and now I only know shale. I think that's used to make oil, and shale is somehow used to make oil. What are some stones? Some rocks. Some Mexican pebble. Great. That's fun. Gemstones. Interesting facts about gemstones. Opal. Great. Cool. So they got a bunch of opal and stalactites and stalagmites and shale. So they got a bunch of rocks. And yeah, just imagine some guy at JP Morgan. He's like, okay, so he's just like sorting them into piles, and he's like, okay, now this is sedimentary, this is whatever, this is a volcanic rock, and his boss comes in. He's like, you were supposed to order nickel. He's like, yeah. So last second they said that they had some really cool stones, so I wanted to get that. We're diversifying, and how about we diversify in different types of collectible hobbyist stones. He's putting them all into a giant, like, one of those spinners that polishes them. He's like, we're gonna make so much money. JP Morgan Chase is like on the brink of foreclosure. All right, let's see what's going on in Philadelphia, West Philadelphia, born and raised. Philadelphia, tap water safe to
there's
drink?
been a lot of confusion.
No, absolutely not.
You know, the city saying that the tap water is safe to drink, but a lot of people, they're not risking it. A lot of people actually are running in and getting water bottles. Here we're at Cousins in North Philly. You can see some of these carts full.
Cuzzo. So Philadelphia, the government, the mayor or whatever of Philadelphia sent out a text to all the people of Philadelphia and said, hey guys, hey, bad news. Do not drink the tap water. We may have accidentally spilled a bunch of chemicals into the local water source. Okay, guys? Now, don't before you panic. It's totally chill. It was like a major accident, dude. He's just like, I just imagine him. He's like the dude. He's like literally like the dude from the Big Lebowski. The dude from the Big Lebowski. Well, that's just like your opinion, man. The Big Lebowski. Lebowski. Your opinion, man. This is them. This is the Philadelphia government.
Drug peers did not do this. Look at it. A young trophy wife marries this guy.
I love this movie, dude. This movie is maybe one of the top 5 movies of all time.
I'm slamming him tonight. You guys are dead in the water.
All right, way to go, Donnie. If you will it, it is no dream.
Fucking 20 minutes late, man. What the fuck is that?
Theodore Herzl,
Huh?
State of Israel. If you will it, dude, it is no dream.
What the fuck you talking about?
The state of Israel, man. If you will it, there is no dream.
Dude, you don't have an accent. Secondly, this is a fucking show dog with fucking papers. You can't board it. It gets upset.
I love this movie.
I'm sorry, Smokey. You were over the line. That's a foul.
Bullshit. Mark at 8.
A world of pain.
Wait, this is the scene where he... Okay, whatever. But, you know, just go watch The Big Lebowski. It's a good movie. But, yeah. That's what I imagine the Philadelphia government as, or whatever. Whoever is responsible for this, they're just like, yeah, man, that's just like your opinion, man. Like when you say, I don't want to drink the water because you spilled thousands of gallons of chemicals into our water source. Yeah, man, that's just like your opinion, man.
Full of water bottles. Many people saying they're not taking their chances, resulting in grocery stores either out of bottled water or limiting how many people can buy. The rush for the water bottles started yesterday when people got an afternoon alert from the city of Philadelphia recommending using bottled drinking water out of.
That's an awesome late night text to get. You get that buzz. You're sleeping. Your head hits the pillow. You're about to fall asleep. You get a late night text. You're like, oh shit, booty pics, and then it's your local government telling you not to drink your water. It's like, oh, so can I shower? You send them a text. So can I shower? And they're like, I probably wouldn't if I were you. They're like, I probably wouldn't, to be honest. What, like, it's just so, like, this is horror, like, this is apocalyptic, yes, whatever. It's sad, yes, it's scary, yes. Not having access to clean drinking water is scary, yes. This is a third world country, it's becoming a third world country, yes, but it's funny. It is funny that this is happening in Philadelphia, Philadelphia is the single largest city in America geography-wise, like the size of it. I think it's like Philadelphia, Houston, Texas, something like that. But like the biggest city, not population-wise, size-wise, is does not have access to clean drinking water. That's gonna put us at like maybe we are a third world country. Like if this happened in New York, would we even be considered like a global superpower? They're like, you don't have, like, anytime now if you like try to talk to someone and they're like, because this happened last election season, they're like, if Trump wins, I'm gonna run away to Canada. Now you don't really have an argument against that. You're like, okay, well, what are you gonna do in Canada? It's pretty much the same. And it was. But now it's like they're going to go to Canada and you're going to be like, oh, why are you going to Canada? They're going to be like, because I want clean drinking water. I want to be able to drink the water from my fountain. And you're like, yeah, good point. Yeah, that's a good point. You got me there. Right? You know, Ohio, let alone water, they can't breathe in Ohio. Like, you breathe in Ohio, you have like weird rashes show up on your body while you're sleeping. You wake up and you have like an arm growing out of the side of your chest and you're like, what's happening to me? They're turning into like weird like they're just turning into like Bionicle characters. Like, what is happening? Like, something's got to snap here. Something's got to snap, and it's going to be someone like Joker. Like, it's going to be Joker out there. There's a Joker out there waiting to snap. He's going to go on a live television broadcast and snap one of these days.
Caution, this in response to that latex product that spilled into the Delaware River tributary late Friday night. After performing tests on the water, though, the Philadelphia Water Department said that it is safe to consume, saying there's no contamination in the Delaware River. The city sending a
I would not trust a single thing any official said about the drinking water unless I saw them on video grab an empty cup and show that it's empty, scoop it into the water, and then drink it. Until then, it's bottled water all day. Just saying.
second alert telling people to fill up water containers with tap or to buy 1 gallon per person, but a lot of stores also setting their own limits to the amount of water bottles people can buy. Others selling out fast as people fill their carts with water. A lot of people saying that as the testing...
Also, a lot of these people look like they live on a Coke-only diet. Like, these people, this is the most water they've probably ever held or saw ever. This lady, this person filling up he starts his day with a Diet Coke.
continues, they're going to try to take as many precautions as possible.
What if you saw someone instead of water, they just started opting for like, just like buckets and buckets of Coca-Colas, like Sprite, Coke, and you see them checking out, and they're like, is there a limit on how much I can get? And they're like, that's not water. And he's like, well, there's water in it, right? I guess. Okay, well then ring it up. Just some massive behemoth checking out and only getting soda. Just like 2 liter.
I trust what the Philadelphia Water Department is saying. I just want to be prepared just in case. I mean, I have no bottled water at home at all, so just trying to stock up for a few days just to be safe.
Yeah, it sounds like you trust the water department a lot.
Now, the city is saying today, though, you don't need to go out and buy water bottles. You can use the tap water. You can fill up some bottles if you are nervous about what the update is going to be for tomorrow and for the rest of the week. We are expecting an update from the city later today, though, so we'll, of course, have that information for you right here on NBC 10. I'll send it back to you. I'm Miguel Martinez-Valle, NBC 10 News.
Interesting. Interesting. What's going on?
Building exploded in Palmer's.
We got out so fast, a lot of us didn't have cell phones
What
on
the hell is happening here? This just started auto-playing in the news. A bomb went off in a building.
and you don't know what happened to certain people.
As investigators sifted through the rubble, those who did make it out were returning to the R.M. Palmer Candy Company today, trying to get any information.
Dude, a candy company blew up? Jesus Christ. All right. Well, let's get some good news going. This is actually such great news. Kanye West is no longer racist. You heard that right. Kanye West is back liking Jews. Okay, you ask yourself, what could have made Kanye West turn around 180 from saying Hitler was cool to saying Jews ain't that bad? Well, if you guessed 21 Jump Street, you would be right. Here's his Instagram post. It is a picture of the poster for 21 Jump Street with a caption that reads, "Watching Jonah Hill in 21 Jump Street made me like Jewish people again. No one should take anger against one or two individuals and transform that into hatred towards millions of innocent people. No Christian can be labeled an anti-Semite, knowing Jesus is a Jew. Thank you, Jonah Hill. I love you." So 21 Jump Street might go down as one of the most influential movies of all time. As of the time taking the screenshot, this has 3 million likes, which is crazy. In like a day. It's like a Mr. Beast video. But yeah, Kanye West back liking Jews. So we've got him back, and I'm expecting an awesome, that's freaking awesome, dude. An awesome album from him. We need a new Kanye album. We need it to have some turmoil, him struggling with his interior, inside demons, fighting against whatever demons he has. Let the demons come out to play. Put them on some sick tracks. Get some sick vocals. Sample some awesome, 1920s soul music or whatever. And we're cooking. Let him cook. Well, maybe Kanye cooked enough. Maybe Kanye cooked enough, I'm going to be honest. I think he's done cooking. Don't let Kanye cook. He's cooked his share. He's cooked enough. We've got enough Kanye. Kanye got it out of his system. Usually those people, that kind of, it's like a phase, but he's back. He's back and better than ever. He's back on the Jew train. So everyone aboard. Let's see. Here we go. What's next? News. Constant content. If you're not constantly talking during your podcast, there will be a moment when you have dead air, and if it's not filled, people will think that their headphones turned off and they'll stop listening. And they'll open their phone and they'll be like, "This podcast sucks," and stop and skip it instantly for a second of dead air. Did you know that, Matt? Do you know that you have to fill every void with a word or syllable or grunt so that people stay constantly engaged with your content? Hey, buddy. So I and if you don't know what I'm mocking, it's like these videos like when you go to YouTube, when you have a YouTube channel, you'll open it up and it'll be like tips and tricks on how to. There'll be like videos that people from YouTube make, like Mr. Beast and stuff will make videos how to increase viewer engagement. And it's like, and so I clicked on one of them that was about a podcast, and it's like, you constantly have to be talking. If you're not talking all the time, if you have to fill every void, and You have to make sure that you're constantly engaging the audience, asking them to like, share, and subscribe. If you don't have a call to action, what are they supposed to do? They don't know to subscribe to you. They don't know to like. So, it's I really don't care. I really do this. I like that some people enjoy it, but, and I appreciate you. I love you. I love you deeply. But I do it for myself. You know, it's a release. It's a release. Pent up anger builds in me throughout the week. I work alone in an office. I have no one to vent to. I don't have anyone to tell the news. I talked about the news. I don't have anyone to share my opinions with. So it gets all built up, and it starts boiling and boiling like a pot of rice, you know. And once I do this podcast, it's like taking the lid off the rice. The bubbles go down, and I come back to normal, and I can function normally in society. So getting a view or two is a cool side effect. And sometimes you guys email me, like 1 or 2 people have emailed me and said, keep on doing what you're doing. And that's good. It makes me feel good. But that being said, let's continue into the news here. If you do want to email me, it's theafromattshow@gmail.com. It's in the description below. Engagement. You got to get engaged. You got to keep your viewers engaged. These guys sound deranged. Like, shut up. Okay. This news came out today, actually. Customers now face a radically different tipping culture compared to a few years ago. So I saw this pop up on my Twitter feed, and I had to grab this article because it's interesting. Here, I'll just play this. Should you feel guilty about not tipping? So this was like about
a simple app that makes,
you know how everyone everywhere all at once that you go to, literally everywhere, when you hold up, like when you order a bagel, they have their phone and then they turn it towards you and they're like, hey, would you like to tip?
Right. It seems like every business has a square reader that flips over and asks you for a tip. Mm-hmm. Is this really a dramatic change as it feels? And why do you think we're seeing this change?
To me,
I love it. It's going to ask you a couple questions. Oh, I think I know what the question is. I think I can guess what the question is. I was joking with one time I was with Daniel, my brother. We were joking. It turns around and it makes you answer like very specific questions, like what's your mother's maiden name? What was your best friend's first name? What are the what school did you go to first? Like really the questions that you really, it's just gonna ask you, can you buy a bagel, and then you're suddenly answering some captchas. It turns around and it's like, click all the pictures of a skateboard. It turns around and it's like, please click all the pictures of a crosswalk. God, I hate those captchas. They're getting complicated now too. They're like, need to chill.
I try and look at that tip screen as no different from a tip jar. And so the same places, the same instances, the same comfort level and confidence that I have in leaving my extra change, adding $1 or $2, leaving 10%.
Okay, this is my opinion on tipping in general. Here it is, okay? And if you don't like this, you probably were a waiter at one point, or currently are, but here is Matt's tips on tipping, okay? Matt's tips on tipping is round up to the nearest dollar and add $1 more. Stop with the percentages. Stop with the percentages. Round up $1, add $1. It looks really clean on your card. $23. Total is $21.50. 50 cents, $1. $1.50. That's what you get. Thank you for your service. Now, I say that as a joke. I don't actually tip that much. I tip much more into the realm of 10%, which is a lot of people would say bad tipping, but I don't believe in tipping in general. It's sort of a you know, I know that these people, they work and that's their job, but also in the same vein, I'm also impoverished. Like, I'm in poverty. So really, I'm like, it's like the blind leading the blind here. I need to be walking around with the tip jar. I get paid like $12 an hour. These waiters might be making more than me. I see some of them take home, like my sister used to take home a stack of cash. They paid him cash too. You can't tip, like you can't tax cash. Like my sister used to be a waiter and she would take home like cash. And I've seen TikToks of people with stacks of cash from like how much I make in a night at the bar. And it's like a stack of like probably $400 in one night. It's like some of you people are making way more than I'm making. You should be, I need to be, it's like after my meal, I turn around my screen and I'm like, it's going to ask you a couple questions. It's like, you tip me. Yeah. Yeah. But really, honestly, we got to stop with the whole tipping thing. Either enough people are satisfied with the amount that they're tipping that they're not quitting, or if enough people stop tipping, businesses will realize that they have to pay their employees more to make up for it and be less greedy. Or two, the people that aren't receiving the tips quit, and then the employers are like, well, this is awkward because now we have no one to work for us, right? So the business employer has to make a pretty tough decision between letting his business fail because he has no one working, or I guess convincing everyone to tip somehow, or three, actually paying his employees. Like when I worked at Steak and Shake, the waitress staff got like $1 an hour, and it's like, you got to take home the tips, and you're comped up to $7 an hour. Okay, first off, how is that legal? Second off, how did they not quit immediately when they heard that? That's my opinion on tipping. But I like that the whole new tipping culture is a thing. Around 48% of purchases at fast food restaurants as well as coffee shops include a tip during the final quarter of 2022. According to the data released this month from Toast, a restaurant management company software company that was up 11% from pre-COVID levels. I have noticed a lot of people are asking you to turning around the screen and asking you to answer a few fun questions. I really wish a company would do that just to, like, you know, be kind of funny and cute. They just turn it around and it's just questions about your intimate sexual relationships, your sex life. All right. Let's move on to TikTok time here. Oh, okay. I thought this was kind of funny. So apparently Uganda passed like a no gay bill. And this was like a clip from inside while they were passing it. And these people are like the most hype for no more gays I've ever seen ever. And this isn't really the demographic of like these people. Like it's funny to me that these people and like I don't know, the West Faro Baptist Church would get along probably so nice. Like they would probably have a lot to talk about. Like this is just a, I guess, signing and applause at the Uganda bill, anti-gay bill. So this is at the courthouse and they're all just like high-fiving and no more gays, no more gays.
In our country, we will have our morals. We will protect our children.
and we are making this law. We are making this law for ourselves. We are making this law for our children.
Dude, I never realized how homophobic Ugandans are, but it's so funny. It is so funny.
We are making this law for the children of our children. This country will stand firm. And once it passed, I can tell you, Madam Speaker, we are going to reinforce the law enforcement officers to make sure that homosexuals have no space in Uganda.
Homosexuals have no place in Uganda. I mean, it's just funny. Have you seen They Eat the Poo Poo? They eat the poo poo. They eat the poo poo. So this is another Ugandan about when they're talking about, I guess, gay sex.
I've taken time to do a little research to know what homosexuals do in the privacy of their bedroom. One of the things they do is called anal licking, where a man's anus is licked like this, like ice cream. And then what happens, even poo-poo comes out. The other poo-poo's out, and then they eat the poo-poo. The other one they do is they have a sex practice called fisting, where they insert their hand into the other man's hand, and it goes into the anus all the way. And it is so painful, they have to take drugs, but they enjoy it. You can see a man here having sucked the other person's rectum, and the other person is poo-pooing, and this one is eating the poo-poo all over the place. Tell me, when you have a law against homosexuality, do you say except eating poo-poo? I've taken time to do a little...
So... It's unhinged. It is so unhinged, but it's hilarious. The amount of like blatant homosexual or homophobia going on in Uganda is so hilarious. And they eat the poo poo. Sometimes they do anal licking. They lick the anus, and sometimes a poo poo come out. I mean, what? What is happening? I don't know what research is he doing? What research is he doing? How did he find that video? I've never once heard of that. It's just some very weird shit. Oh, man. Yeah, but if you show someone that video, yeah, ban whatever that is. Wait till he sees Germany. Jesus Christ. Oh, man, that's just so funny. Anal leaking. They do a thing called feasting when a man inserts his fist into the anus. They take drugs. Also, TikTok. So TikTok's on, like... People are like, TikTok's going to be banned. No, it's not. It's not really probably not going to get banned. But they've been having a conversation with the owner.
Does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi?
So they brought the CEO of TikTok on trial to talk about what his website does or what his app does. And all these boomers don't really know what TikTok is, what an app is, what internet even is. And so the whole thing was kind of a meme, but it was used as more of to bring up questions about what data is TikTok accessing. And of course, TikTok accesses all the same data that Facebook mines or whatever. But just because it's Chinese, we got to get rid of it. China passed a bill like 6 years ago that says if the government ever wants to see data from any app, they can go and not request it, but demand it. And then TikTok would have to give over everyone's data to the government of China. So this was kind of like a long thing coming. Anyways, so now the CEO of China is in Washington, D.C. talking to a bunch of boomers about how basic functions of an app works. And it was pretty funny But I think that there's a much more interesting conversation to have about Facebook, or like Facebook, Instagram. TikTok is just the biggest one, and that's why that one gets talked about the most. But really, this should be a conversation about all apps in general, YouTube, stuff like that, algorithms. Are you allowed to really suggest what people are going to view? Should you even do that? Like, should there be behavioral knowledge behind these apps? Should these apps be able to be swayed by, advertisement money? Should that was a big thing on Facebook. Someone like donated a bunch to have ISIS videos or like some ISIS sponsorship stuff or something. And they're like, join ISIS now. It's really awesome or whatever. I don't know what they did, but it's like, you got to ask these questions. And this whole thing about TikTok is kind of a show, I think. I mean, there's not really anything that you can do. They already tried to ban it during Trump, and probably not going to ban it now, but I think that more people should be talking about the United States apps like Facebook, YouTube, Google. God, Google. Jesus Christ, Google. Google's an absolute shit show. I watched a video, someone typed in climate change, and the first every link on the first page is from the UN, and it acts like 10,000 new search results, but the whole first page is like all just one source. It's a horrible place for research and educating yourself. I've been off of Google for a while now. I'm on to not even DuckDuckGo. DuckDuckGo was bought out by Google, I think, or something like that. So now you can't even trust them. So now I think I use Brave. I think it's like some crypto thing. I don't really do crypto anymore, but it was for crypto.
Does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Only if the user turns on the Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have TikTok...
The CEO is so confused. He's like, yes, TikTok accesses the home Wi-Fi network if you turn on Wi-Fi. That is how every device in existence works.
App on my phone and my...
The Wi-Fi. I'm sorry, I may not understand the...
So if I have TikTok app on my phone and my phone is on my home Wi-Fi network, does TikTok access that network?
It will have to access the network to get connections to the internet, if that's the question.
Is it possible then that it could access other devices on that home Wi-Fi network?
Congressman, we do not do anything that is beyond any industry norms. I believe the answer to your question is no. It could be technical. Let me get back to you.
Okay, I'd appreciate it if you could answer that. Does TikTok access the home Wi-Fi network?
Mr. Chu is what his name is. Chu. Mr. Chu, are you turning my kids gay? Mr. Chu. So when I turn on TikTok, why is it always showing me pictures of really big-breasted women? Is that normal? Now, why are you promoting big, beautiful, breasted women on only my TikTok? And he's like, well, it recommends only things that you're interested in. Mr. Chu, are you turning... My kids are... all of my kids are trans now. And they're on TikTok every day. Are you turning my kids gay? Are you turning my kids gay? It's this guy's like Alex Jones. They're putting chemicals in the water that are turning the freaking frogs gay. Look, if TikTok was the thing that turned your kid gay, he was probably gay to begin with. He, she, whatever, was gay to begin with. I mean, TikTok just... The thing about TikTok, it's interesting because it doesn't, like... I don't think it has really the ability to radicalize people or like turn people... Like, Facebook will get you into a group, and then people within the group will start radicalizing, and then there'll be like a group of people that are like really racist or something. But TikTok, I don't think it really has it doesn't really radicalize people. It's like, I think it just speeds up whatever you already had going on in your head. you know. So, I mean, in conjunction with both of those, it's probably a bad thing, and that's how you get Andrew Tate and stuff like that. Then, you know, they get off of Andrew Tate on YouTube, and then they go onto TikTok, and it's just Andrew Tate, and it speeds it up. But it's not like, I don't think you can really get radicalized that bad on TikTok. I just think it's funny that these boomers are like, so every time I open my app, why am I seeing these sexy dancing men all over my... Are you trying to turn me gay, Mr. Chew? I'm seeing all these men and their abs are so glossy and you know, they're shaking their hips and they're wearing their jeans low. Are you trying to turn me gay, Mr. Chew? Mr. Chew, answer that question. Sir, we do not do anything beyond industry norms. It's just based off of your search history. And he's like, Mr. Chew's turn. You just can't come to grips with him being a latent homosexual. All right, let's watch a couple more here. I've somehow turned all my TikToks into this is DJ Khaled. The DJ Khaled quote of the day. Here we go. And I'll end on this.
Win with us.
Win with us.
Or watch us win.
Or watch us win. Come on in. Dude, he's a
class
big
in session,
boy.
Guys.
Class in session.
Some boy need lesson. So class in session.
What is he talking about? He just walks around and says stuff and just yells stuff. Class in session, guys. This boy needs some classes. Class in session. Alrighty. Well, we'll call it good. I mean, what are you gonna do to beat that? That's DJ Khaled giving you a good nugget of truth right there. So, oh my God. Okay, no, that's not the end. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening. If you made it this far, please share it. Once again, share with a friend. And tell them how awesome and funny that this show is. But don't tell them too much, because anytime that you tell someone something's really funny, then they're like waiting for it to be really funny. Like, you show them a video, you like have a funny TikTok, and you're like, dude, this made me laugh, and you show it to them, and you're just like, and then they don't say anything. So don't say that this podcast is too funny, because that will backfire on me. Say that you enjoyed it, okay? Tell a friend, have them come on. Email me at the AfroMattt Show. I check it all the time. You know, message me on Instagram. Send me death threats on Twitter. Whatever you want to do, send it my way. Thank you. And peace out. Bye.